Second piece of this management model, which is underestimated in my opinion, therefore I want to highlight it. The companies are very good in processes. And here are kind of the results of an international study done at the London Business School a couple of years ago, where they looked at how good are companies from certain countries with respect to their operational processes, and they gave kind of management score from 1 to 5, 5 being the top score, kind of if those companies were good in implementing lean management and other modern manufacturing technologies. So Germany came out at the top. That's only one signal. If you actually look at those companies, they are running extremely sophisticated production networks. In many cases, kind of very nuanced choices. It's very interesting. Though they're neither going the outsourcing route nor doing everything themselves. So very, very smart choices. Like one thing which really drove kind of the turnaround of the German manufacturing companies was the opening of the East. So many companies went to the former Eastern Bloc countries, opened up subsidiaries, participated in low-cost labor, or asked the suppliers to go over there. So that's very important. But none of them said goodbye to manufacturing. And that's, I think, very, very important. And all have still manufacturing operations in Germany, because one of the key lessons is you cannot be innovative if you don't have the close connection for the type of products they are making with manufacturing. So all of them keep their plans. In order to keep their plans, they had to be extremely innovative. And there's one secret you may know or may not know. Within the last 10 years, Germany has become the most flexible country on earth, I would say. A regulated country on earth with respect to labor, to flexible work arrangements. This is something extremely important. If you go to a company and if they are open to you and are not on a kind of a political mission and say Germany is regulated, is bad, they tell you we have the flexibility to work between 0 and 60 hours a week. So imagine, that's great. You can, when you don't have anything to do, you can work 0 hours. You know, there's a lot of labor pacts, regulation behind it, but basically that's what they are doing. So that's a very big advantage. It's an innovation which kept those companies able to still manufacture in Germany. So it's something really which has to be much better understood. And if you visit those companies, a lot of them look to me Japanese as well. There's a lot of Kaizen going on, operational improvement, and you will see there's a constant improvement. That's maybe part of the German tinker attitude. But I say they also look very carefully at what Toyota did. I think they're very, very good students and implemented that for the German environment. So this would be the second important piece. They're extremely efficient competitors. It will be hard for everyone to go against them on the operational effectiveness side. Last point, which is in my mind kind of the building block. They have a very unique corporate culture. And there's a lot of discussion going on how important family ownership is and family values. And I want to briefly go through some of the things I have observed at these companies. If you talk to the owners, they are on a different mission than just profits. They are on a different mission. So most of them are in the mission of generating something which survives themselves, which they want to pass on to their next generation. And Peter Drucker made it clear, I looked it up, he said profit is not the objective of a business, it's a constraint. And I think very few of those people have read Peter Drucker, but they live this. So the profit is kind of the byproduct of providing those very good products and services. They are not shareholder value driven, not. Even if they're at a stock exchange, company like BMW is at a stock exchange, but still has a huge dominating family shareholder. Those companies, they are run according to the stakeholder principle. And again, I'm coming from a quantitative perspective, so I'm kind of, it's fuzzy, it's not as clear, but this is really important. And at the end, it's quite simple. You have your customers. The purpose of a business is to create a customer. We all know this. You need employees. don't kill or bankrupt your suppliers, and you're based in a community. Remember, 70% are based in small communities, and quite often the second, third generation of families work in these companies. You will see those people on Saturday, which you may want to fire on Monday, so you think twice or 3 times about, should I or can I even fire this person? So it's a close community. And this is, it's another aspect which I think Peter wrote in the early 50s, companies as communities. And this is something I kind of discovered very late. I think this is a very important part. There is a high degree of mutual trust, loyalty, and there's a lifelong contract. There are very long tenures, you can measure that. In many companies, the fluctuation rate is close to 0, period. Close to 0. CEOs usually stay 20 to 30 years, statistics. Leadership in these companies, I think we have seen a very good example by Mr. Zegler from BMW. Those are people who love the business, and I fully trust him that he cried when he saw a certain product. I see a lot of those type of people around who have deep passion about their business. Most of them are engineers or scientists, so they have domain knowledge. That's something, again, which is highly underestimated. We don't have professional managers in Germany. That's whatever that means. There are only a few business schools, they are new and they haven't got real traction. So most of them came up through the kind of functional disciplines. They may have taken some management courses, may have read Peter Drucker's books or whatever, but they are not professional managers in the kind of business school sense. Last but not least, they have, they're very flat. Okay, so you have your mid-sides, you don't have the problems, the organizational problems of large companies, though they have a management style which is bottom-up. Sort of another phrase would be, they don't look at people as human resources, but as human beings. I think we will address that later on, and in a full sense, not in a kind of superficial sense. This is our latest gimmick. This year we treat people as human people. Next year we have human resources because we have to lay them off. They mean it. And there's kind of high degree of cross-compartmental cooperation. That means flexibility, getting the job done. It's not about protecting my silo, protecting my function. We want to solve customer problems better than anyone else. However, in a general sense, plus for these type of companies, I looked at this fact very, very well because I'm a big skeptic, having worked with a lot of family companies. There are tremendous problems. Many of you know. Yeah? So the challenge is to import some professional practice, and there are a few studies around, but I'd like to quote one study that Germany has, which is an amazing fact, I think, has within family companies the highest number of companies managed by professional outside managers. So they somehow became smart in the second, third, or fourth generation to not only keep these values going, but also to import professional managers and practices if necessary. So, a lot of good stuff. To sum this up, this is kind of the common sense summary. What should you do? What can you take away from these type of companies? First of all, give value to customers through innovative products and services. The purpose of a business is to create a customer, period, full stop. It always will be. I cannot imagine a future different for business. So it seems very easy. If you're small, focus. So concentrate your resources to achieve leadership in niche markets, in markets which you can handle, but go for leadership. Don't stop. So you need this relentless drive for improvement of all products and processes. Get better every day. Sounds like a treadmill. In many ways it is. With regard to the management, I think we have to stop acting childish. We have to stop creating the story. Kind of, you can run a business on a one-year basis. I think this is wrong, totally wrong. So they manage on a long-run basis. They're able to kind of capture and motivate key constituencies. And it's as simple as that. You have share owners, you have owners, you have to earn money, there's no question about that. But you also have employees. Yeah? You better energize those people. And you have suppliers you rely upon, and you're based in a community. you need resources and help. On the leadership side, that's in itself a topic. I would say you develop some passion for the business. You need love for the business. Like I think was perfectly demonstrated by Mr. Ziegler from BMW. I can't add more to that. And you need domain knowledge. So there's a big question mark from me, professional manager. How far can that go? How much domain knowledge you need? I think in the US you probably went too far on the professional management skills. Treat employees as human beings and not as human resources, and energize them through a common mission. And in addition, if you grow, if you develop, you have to institutionalize organizational processes and structures in line with growth. So, sounds very simple. I would say they are very good examples of Druckerian leadership. So if you want to understand those companies better, read probably The Practice of Management. That's good. Sorry to say, but that's good. They are functioning capitalistic institutions, and to my mind, they are part of a future which has already happened. So they should give us some hope, something to look at, something to get inspired, something to improve, of course, but something to build upon. Thank you very much.